It's week 8 of the NFL, and all eyes are on Drake May. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Monarchs and the Mounties, next on Madden Ball.
What better way to start off the afternoon than with some football, huh? It's time to get things started here on the NFL on EA Sports. Alongside my partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott, and this is a matchup, Brock, that we may see many, many times in the future of this league. A couple of rookie starters leading their offenses at quarterback.
And that really does make a measuring stick game for both of them, Kate. Rookie quarterbacks in the draft, they're always linked to each other. From the moment they're tabbed, the starters their first season. And then when you get to look across and you get to play one, you know that both of them want to be the one who leads their guys to a win, because that's a victory that'll be talked about, well, for the rest of their rookie season and beyond.
Matt Prater ready to get this one going. And we are underway in London. Trey Tucker to return it. So here comes their offense for its opening drive. Leading them out, the 10th pick of the draft, coming off that national championship in Michigan, J.J. McCarthy.
Sure feels like the bye week came at a perfect time for him and his team as well. Right smack dab in the middle of the season, giving everybody some time to rest, recharge mentally, and really get yourself energized, Kate, to attack the rest of this regular season, starting with this contest.
And they'll only let him get up to around the 28 before taking him down. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9. McCarthy looking to throw. That's complete to Gesicki outright. And he breaks even, but that's it. Brought down at that line of scrimmage. That was Montez Sweat who took him down. So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9. From the shotgun, McCarthy escapes the pocket. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. Fourth down punt coming up. Ethan Evans out to do the honors. And I imagine they were hoping they wouldn't need to bring him out so soon into this game. Takes it in at the 21. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. So here's their offense, taking over for the first time here. Leading them out, the 3rd overall pick in this year's draft. After a decorated career at UNC, it's Drake May.
Drake entered the league as a top 5 pick because he checks a lot of boxes. Just the way you want him. Tall, athletic, great arm. 1 year at North Carolina, put on an absolute show. And yeah, 2nd year as a starter, took a little bit of a beating and some question whether or not he was still a top 5 pick. The ability, there's no question there. It is now the consistency in taking care of the football that will be a big part of Drake's career.
First carry for the versatile vet Cordero Patterson. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
He tucks it and takes off. And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the first.
You know, that's a really good play. I know it doesn't get the first down, doesn't keep them on the field, but what it does is it keeps that defense honest. And I promise you, the next time in that situation, they'll have that run in the back of their minds.
4th down, we're going to see an incredible nickname, one of my favorites in the game, the Scottish Hammer, Jamie Gillen, on the punt. And he's brought down before the return gets far. Officially a 55-yard launch. And they'll get ready to go on offense. Their offense headed back out for its 2nd drive of the contest. They didn't start the game off like they wanted, Brock. Still searching for that opening first down as they take the field a 2nd time. Now here he goes. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Takes off right out of the read option. And he's caught on the line for a loss.
Well, they shoot the pass to try and bring up 3rd and short via a little more conservative ground call, but it backfired. You know, the defense, they'll look for keys up front, and they fired off the line knowing the run was coming. And boy, they busted it before it could get back to the line.
Now here he goes again. It's on the turf, the ball's out, he lost it. And it's a turnover, the defense has it. Wow, oh wow, he sent his offense nice now, and both times they fumbled it away. I'm not sure who's more aggravated, the dudes down there or the dude next to me up here.
Well, I'm aggravated, but I know the guy on the field wants to put the offense in the doghouse, like all of them right now. This can't happen in the NFL, Kate. And a lot of guys out there, they got to be looking to one another, hold each other accountable to hold on to the ball.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Throwing now, following the turnover. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Yeah, this is a time where offensively you got to regroup. You got to get in that huddle. You know, and quarterback is the most important leadership position. Everyone's looking at you. And as a QB, after taking a sack like that, golly, you got to flush it, instill some confidence, and move this ball forward.
Let's see what they dial up on a 2nd and very long. Trying again, following the sack. Pass is caught. That's Tim Patrick.
Kid, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating.
We've got to pause here. Looks like the Mounties want to take another look at that previous play. We're all watching that sideline here, seeing where those feet came down.
And no matter what they rule here, Kate, that was an outstanding effort just to make the catch.
Yeah.
Now we got to look and see, did he get both feet in with possession?
All right, so that challenge is unsuccessful, but still a chance to earn the 3rd one if their next challenge leads to an overturned call. Shotgun handoff for Patterson. And he's dropped short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
You know, I'm not sure what else could have been done there, Kate. Just the right call defensively to come up with a 3rd and short stop.
Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1. Right back to Patterson now. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
Flushed out of the pocket. He takes it himself. And he evades any kind of trouble, but only a short gain to show for it after sliding down. 2nd and 6 coming up here. A give to Patterson out of the shotgun. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Julian Love bringing that one to an end. 3rd and just 2 to go. Once again, Patterson. And he gets this forward to the 19. Give him 3 on that gain. And that'll give him a 1st down.
Okay, you know me, I can't resist. I thought we might have needed the old Gene Steratore index card down there, making a really close measurement to see if he got the 1st down or not. But in the end, well, the right call was made. He got just enough to move the chains.
And he goes out approaching that 10-yard line. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Up the middle, here goes Patterson. And he gets to the end zone, touchdown! The Monarchs parlay the turnover into a lead. Well, Brock, he found himself some space to work, and from there, all athleticism as he made his way into the end zone.
You got that right, Kate. Just that speed. You got to have some different gear when you get down here to the red zone. It's hard to score rushing touchdowns, and that running back sees the open space, he sees the green grass, and he finishes it off with 6.
That one right down the middle. And the Monarchs will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Now Prater on to send it away. Tucker now on the return. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. This offense getting all set for this series. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but close to a song yet.
And he's brought down after a short gain. Second down now, 7 to go. Another run for Williams. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I think with that call, they were trying to set him up with a short third down run, but he said, nope, not on my watch. I'll just go get it all right here. Now, playbook's wide open for 1st and 10.
He's got Smith. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. The rookie from Notre Dame able to take him down.
That can be a hopeless feeling when you fire a curl route right into zone coverage perfectly like that. Unless that curl happens to be right next to where one of your guys is sitting, that pass can hum in there and there's nothing this defense can do.
And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the first down, but got a bonus yards afterwards.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. They stay on the ground with Williams. And he ranges forward to the 31 before they bring him down. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2. On play action now, McCarthy. Finds him on the crossing route. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 28 out of that play. And that will set up 1st and goal.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Williams is in. Touchdown. The Mounties reach pay dirt for the first time this game. Kyron Williams, the touchdown. They can go to the locker rooms tied if they put this through. Right down the middle, it's good. The Mounties tie this game 7-7. Zerline has it all teed up and ready to send it away. Here's a return from the 7. And a good return here as he gets it out past the 35. Markers reset, ball at the 37. Here's the pistol snap to May. Fryermuth there to bring it in. And he winds up out of bounds, and that's going to be the end of the first quarter. That's the end of one. Both teams with a little luck finding the end zone early. Hopefully no shortage of excitement coming up in the second. More from this one right after this. Second quarter about to get underway, and this home crowd excited as their guys have possession. On play action, here's May. They'll be up 2nd and 7. They'll get it to Brandon Ayuk. And they're going to be down close to the 35 as he goes out. It's a 23-yard pickup on the play. And it'll give him a first down.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. On the handoff, Patterson. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah there to bring him down. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. From the gun, it's May. He's on the move. Oh, he's on the move, but so is the defense, and they take him down. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up. May now from the gun. Escapes the pocket. Pressure's there, and he goes down again. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough fourth down.
Third and long, and that coordinator decides to dial up the pressure, and they get to the quarterback. You know why I love this call, Kate? It's just because of the aggressive makeup, but you really dictate to that offense. Third and extra long is a great time to blitz, because either you get home like that, or the ball's got to come out way short of the sticks. Job well done defensively.
Here's Jamie Gillen on again for the punt. And some professional English on that ball as it bounces out just short of the end zone at the 2-yard line. The Mounties back out on offense as we see Kyron Williams again. And they'll have to go just about every bit of 100 yards to reach the end zone. That punt sets them up at their own 2. Drive begins with a run. It's Williams. And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle.
As an offense in these situations, Kate, you could feel your own goal line, and you're not going to risk putting the ball in the air. So that means you're going to run it, and you're going to buy whatever breathing room you can.
And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that third down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
Throwing on first, it's McCarthy. Fits it through the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Give him 30 yards on that one. And it'll give him a first down.
You throw it in the middle of the field, it's all about anticipation and accuracy. I mean, those are the two keys all the time in my book, Kate. But when you throw it in the middle of the field with all of the traffic, that's where guys with great anticipation and that tremendous accuracy come to life.
Go left side, and Gesicki has it. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. This is brought in along the sideline. High degree of difficulty for a short gain. 3rd and a lone yard coming up. Running for the marker with Williams. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them will destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Ethan Evans back out there. They're going to punt it away again. And this is the 2nd time he's been brought on to kick it. First punt win 45 yards. This looks considerably further. This offense making its way back out now. They struggled to produce on that last series, but better results ahead as they take possession here. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Going play action, May. He lofts it deep left. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got 2nd down. Back to the air. It's May. Ooh, would have been a big gainer if they connected, but they could not. Instead, they're down coming up. Operating from the gun, here's May. On the move, headed right. Oh, he's gonna run for it. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a first. It's a pickup of 26, and they'll have 1st down.
Obviously, a defense wants to take away all the reads and prevent any kind of big throw for the first down. Fine. Well, this QB, he'll just lower his head and gash the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game.
New set of downs for him from the 46. This is complete to Patrick. Running down the left side. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
Speed kills, baby. You better make that tackle right away on these receivers or you're going to get some serious yak. Those yards after catch just like that. Taking a short gain and turning it into an explosive play.
What a spot for a big play, huh, Brock? It has him well into the red zone now with 1st and 10. From the red zone now. He brings it in. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. It's a 6-yard gain. That sets up 1st and goal.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown! The Monarchs take a 2nd quarter lead. No hesitation on that throw. He got the guy he wanted right away, and he got it to him for the touchdown.
You know, it's great, Kate, to draw up plays that have all sorts of different options, but it's even better when you don't have to get to your second read. His first broke open just like they planned, and that's 6 in the end.
Prater on for the PAT. The point after splits the up. And the Monarchs break that tie and now lead by 7. Now Prater on to send it away. Tucker now on the return. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Mounties and this running back headed back out for a new series. It's a touchdown ball game right now, Brock. 14-7 as they start this possession. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. McCarthy throwing here. Gets this one into the hands of Christian Kirk. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. 2nd and 3 now. They'll go play action here. It's McCarthy. That's complete. Here's Kirk. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
1st and 10. Here's McCarthy. Buying some time right. He's going to keep it this time. This is ahead for about 5. It was Oso Digizua in on the tackle. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Takes the handoff, now to throw. He's on the move. This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
This guy, Kate, he can create. He really is good out there. He's skilled when it comes to getting outside the pocket, which makes it all the more impressive. They contained him so well, and he was clearly looking to generate something with it.
Oh, they're on him. He's dropped again. And the hits just keep coming for them on this play, it seems. Elsewhere on the field, they've got a player hurt and in need of some attention. Ethan Evans on that a punt. And he's going to try to give his defense a long field to defend. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. That's taken to 15. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. It's a 61-yard time. And they're going to take over possession. Defense ready to head back out. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended Brock in a touchdown. To the air on 1st down. Meg. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right.
can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Run again here on second. Brought in by Ayuk. And he crosses the sideline a yard or two beyond, it looks like the 30.
Well, he saw guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at them. But with their effort on behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Now he's caught along the left sideline. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
Man, I love that effort, adding as much as possible to that catch while earning the first down. That's called yards after catch, and it's what coaches want from all their pass catchers on the roster.
Sets him up nice and pretty at the 25 following that big play. May on 1st and 10. Patrick with the catch. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Cooper DeJean with the stop. 2nd and 6 coming up here. To the air yet again, May. That finds Ayuk, complete. And able to get this down to the 15 before going out. To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. That's incomplete left side.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit with the throw. Time, well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
And they'll advance down to the 5-yard line. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout, so that's their first. Here we go, 3rd and less than a yard. Throwing now from the gun. Chased down. This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. Timeout taken by the defense. They're second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Matt Prater on for the field goal try. It's a 34-yarder from that right hash. McManus sends it through. And that'll push it to double digits in a 2-possession game.
Well, that's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
Fielded at the 7. Well, we've already seen some nice plays here, and we're going to see plenty more before this game ends. But you might be thinking, with plays like that, my guys' ratings should be better. Well, you're not alone. You got a chance to let the Madden Ratings Hotline know just what you're thinking. Give them a call, 1-844-MADDEN-1, and make your case for who should get a boost. Finds a seam down the middle, and he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. Here's McCarthy, 1st and 10. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up down. From the shotgun, McCarthy. He's got time here. A little better luck than the last play, Brock, as he just has to get rid of it.
There was almost no resistance on it against the rush that came off the line, ready to maul anything in sight. It was all the QB could do. He gets absolutely clobbered.
And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
Man, look at the big fellas working their tails off up front. That offensive line gave the QB ample time. Unfortunately, just no completion to be found down the field.
And that couldn't have hit any better. That took the perfect bounce and went out of bounds at the 1. One last play before the break. Patterson trying this straight ahead. And they bring him down here at about the 13-yard line. So we've reached halftime with the Monarchs out in front in London. Now we'll send you back stateside to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has the EA Sports halftime report all queued up and ready to go.
All right, Kate, we'll get back to you and Brock in a bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it.
All right, thank you, Coach, and we are back and about set to begin the second half. Zerline has it all teed up and ready to send it away. Return starts at the 3. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Monarchs, Ayuk running onto the field. And he finds himself across an important benchmark for yards this season after that last drive. He's pretty busy this season, and the numbers show just that. It's an option right that begins this drive. And they send it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3.
It may not show up as much on the old stat sheet, just a short little QB run, but what that does, Kate, is so important. Keeps that defense honest, and in particular, those defensive linemen, those ground, they're not just coming after you in the pocket. Now they've got to think about you as a runner as well.
They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down. On play action, here's May. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
In theory, Kate, that's exactly what complementary man coverage is supposed to look like. The DBs, well, they're sticky on the back end of it. The front end, that pass rush, it makes an impact. It gets home. But of course we know it's not that simple. It is really tough to lock down a full field for more than a second or two.
They really need some chunk yardage here on second down. This is Patterson on the give. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. Jeremiah Owusu-Koromoa there to bring him down. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. Let's see what they went with on third down. From the gun, it's May. Escapes the pocket. He's running for it. And he protects himself with a slide there after a decent gain. The Monarchs out for the punt. It's going to be Jamie Gillen doing the honors. And he sends this away. Definitely his best kick of the game thus far. And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. Back out runs their offense. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. Finds his back, Kyron Williams. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down.
These intermediate gains, that's the wheelhouse for these two to connect on. Start the series off well. It sure keeps the defense on its toes in case they try to load up and just simply cover the receivers.
Vacates quickly left side. He can run it. We're working a couple of yards past the line. It was Osa Odigizua in on the tackle. Third down, 1 yard to go. Up the gut they go, Williams. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I don't know what it is, Kate, but I love third down runs. I really do. I know the receivers don't always like it because it's money down, they want the ball, but a third down run for a first down can be so demoralizing to that defense.
He's on the move. He'll step up, and there he goes. Gets out of harm's way after stringing together some nice yards on that run. 2nd and 3 now. Straight ahead with Williams. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. He gets 6 on that play, and it sets up 1st down. They'll give it to Williams on the option. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
To be a stud back in this league, it takes more than just checking the athletic boxes. There's an IQ, a feel, a patience and craftiness required along with just tremendous vision. He showed all of it navigating that run up the middle.
He's able to drive that pile about a yard. Now it's Montez Sweat who took him down. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. McCarthy operating from the pistol. Completed over the middle. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26.
I think the defense is still turned around looking for where the ball is. Because that QB and tight end, they got that ball out in a hurry.
On 3rd down, here's Williams. And it's a nice gain off a really good effort there just to stay upright. That one ends up a gain of 6. And that gives them the 1st. A run with Williams. And he's going to make it down to the 15-yard line. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. This one's to Kirk out left side. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush your passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
Give to Williams from the gun. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play. They get 2 on the play, and now they've got 1st and goal.
You love a huddle? Kate, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there, and he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
And he maneuvers through the middle for a gain of 4.
You know, that's a good one right there to keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
And down, it's Williams again. And he pushes them a little closer to the 3. Only manages 1 yard on that run, so now they'll need 3 on 3rd and goal. Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. Escapes the pocket, and he carries it in for the touchdown. The Mounties start the 2nd half with some needed points. J.J. McCarthy, the touchdown. Just a great effort there from Brock to take it on himself, embrace the initiative, and turn that drive into 6.
You know, Kate, there was a day when you were watching Steve Young or Randall Cunningham, and that felt like a bonus touchdown. But not today. It feels like every quarterback's got to be able to score, be a dual threat on the ground. It's part of an offense every single team relies upon.
That one splits the uprights. And the Mounties cut it to a field goal game. Raleigh set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Center return, Nyheim Hines. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Here comes their offense out again. The touchdown dropped this back to a 1-possession game, so they're hoping to get some breathing room right back here. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Here's the pistol snap to May. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Back to the air. It's May. He's on the move. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the hits just keep coming for them on this play, it seems. Elsewhere on the field, they've got a player hurt and in need of some attention. Defense looking to defend the marker on 3rd down. May now from the gun. Forced out to it, and they get to him again. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough 4th down.
Let's be real clear, there is nothing lucky about number 7 at all for this quarterback. The 7th time he's been taken to the ground for a sack. This defense, they made a adjustment. They're incorporating a variety of different looks and blitzes, and it just seems like, Kate, constantly they are a step ahead of whatever this offense is trying to do to protect this quarterback.
Gets this one away from a tough spot, backed up inside the end zone. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The Mounties returning their offense and this running back to the field. And as some running lanes have closed, he's just found some new ones, continuing to hit this defense more good numbers well into this 2nd half. Williams now, 1st and 10. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. From the gun, a carry by Williams. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. He musters up 3 yards on the run. That sets up 3rd and 4. From the shotgun, McCarthy escapes the pocket. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he slides down with enough to pick up that 1st. Just 1 quarter remaining in this one. It's just a field goal game right now as we get set for our final quarter. Ball at the 33 for 1st down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. It's taken in by Williams. Breaks the tackle, green grass ahead. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. 2nd and 3 now. They'll run, this is Williams. And he's taken down with a short gain to the 25. Call it no gain, maybe 1 at best on that play. That leaves him with 3rd and 2. On play action now, McCarthy. Well, right side, caught by Smith. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Now it's Williams. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. They stay on the ground with Williams. And in a rarity today, he's stopped at the line of scrimmage. Back-to-back runs yielding just 2 yards, and now it's 3rd and 8. Quick pass, right side, complete. And they make as that is the 14-yard line.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow. After I'd imagine dozens of net on the sideline staying warm, Kate, he finally gets his chance to knock a field goal through the uprights, and of course, he wasn't going to whiff on that opportunity.
Return coming from the 6. And this drive will start inside the 25. Now this offense getting set to work here. Their last drive didn't make it very far before they had to punt it away, partner, so hopefully this one has some better legs to it. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. On the handoff, Patterson. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
If there's ever a play we could call garden variety in the NFL, I think we just saw it right there. That's an uneventful run and a pretty sound stop there defensively.
Right back to Patterson now. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
This is complete to Patrick. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first. New set of downs for him from the 46. Here's Patterson running left. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Now after the run, we see he's visibly shaken up. Team medical staffers headed over to take a look. Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Operating from the gun, here's May. He's on the move. He takes it himself. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And they're going to have a first down. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Escapes the pocket. Oh, he's keeping it again. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a first. They gain 14 on the play, and that'll be a first down. He'll run for the first time here with Antonio Gibson. And he won't win the race to the outside. That run's bottled up at the line. 2nd and 10. Need to get positive yardage here. Running it again with Gibson. And he's going to run this one well into the red zone to the 14. 7 yards on the carry. Now they've got 3rd and 3. Quickly looking left, and it's complete. And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stopped at the 2. That's a gain of 13, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
Could take the lead with a field goal, Brock, but thinking touchdown here as they get set up 1st and goal. They kick the running back in motion. That'll be complete to Gibson. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was first down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
Went in the wrong direction the last play. Need to get forward 3 yards here on 2nd and goal. Gibson here from the gun. Launches, and he's got it. Touchdown! The Monarchs take a 4th quarter lead. Well, this has definitely been a tight one throughout, Brock. So now that they've taken the lead, the question becomes, can they hold on to it?
And that question right there is one the defense has to answer. But this sure had the look of a drive where a coaching staff challenged that offense, saying, hey, we need a big drive from you guys right here. And sure enough, that offense delivers.
Yeah, no doubt. Now Prater on to send it away. He's going to field this at the 2. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The visitors back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. And his production is carried over into this second half. He keeps on running well, even with the workload they placed upon him. 1st and 10, here's McCarthy. He's on the move. Now he takes it. Decent yard picked up here before he slides down to avoid the tackle. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. They'll go play action here. It's McCarthy. Bails out of the pocket quick. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And that pushes him back, 3rd down.
It's looking like a dreaded 3-and-out offensively, but listen, if you can't keep your quarterback clean and upright, you're going to need some magic, big-time magic, to convert on this 3rd and long.
Escapes the pocket. Pressure's there, and he goes down again. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough 4th down.
Some squads you just see love to do this, Kate, and I've got so much respect for defensive coordinators who late in the game, instead of playing prevent, well, they step up the aggression meter back-to-back, puts this offense and this quarterback way off schedule.
The Mounties sending out their punt team. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. Starts the return at the 34. And he's brought down before the return gets far. The Monarchs and quarterback Drake May ready to go once more on offense. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this second half. May on 1st and 10. Has him on the quick hitter. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. We've reached the 2-minute warning from London. Monarchs feeling lucky with a 7-point lead. Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches. A give up the Gibson. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs. So quickly the defense burns a timeout here. 1:57 remaining in the game. 1st down, and they go right back to him. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there. No surprises here. Defense quick to stop that clock. We've got 1:53 left in this game. Here's Gibson on 2nd down. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. The defense takes its 3rd and final timeout. And they are quite frustrated having to call that after giving up the 1st. They drop to a knee, and what little time we have left here is going to tick down.
There's still some time to bleed off the clock, but the important factor is that the defense is helpless to stop it. You could just run that clock down as far as you're able and take off every single second.
Pushing for the red zone. And they'll finally bring him down at the 22. Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on 1st down. With the win in hand, they'll take the knee and let this clock run out.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So hard work rewarded as they take a well-earned win in this one. This is the type of game everyone was hoping they'd see when they entered this stadium, Brock, you and I included. A close one that went all the way down to the final whistle.
And Kate, this is one of the bigger adjustments a college player can make to the NFL. In college, you get a lot of blowouts. The NFL, every game you get calloused because you know more often than not they'll be like this, a one-possession game that's not about how you start. It's all about how you finish.
This has been another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. With all our crew here and my broadcast partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. It's a win for the Monarchs as we say cheerio from London.